What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the NF Twins. Today we're talking about two sleeping giants who are battling it out on the App Store. And man, let me tell you, these guys are some massive giants. Or I have some secrets you'll find out soon. Man, and most importantly, they don't even follow the normal advice that everybody company gives. Focus on one product. No, man, they have a portfolio of apps. Well, now, let's talk about the products, right? You take tons of pictures. For example, last week we were at the opening ceremony from America's Cup. And man, I took probably like 20 videos, 50 photos. Let me tell you, I think I only posted 2. And the rest, I haven't even looked at them. I think I looked at 3 pictures where the family were on and myself. And that's it. And the rest, just keep on your phone. Now, one of the apps is called Cleanup, phone storage cleaner. Okay, guys. So they are right now.
Very, very normal thing. Doesn't seem very fancy, Lucas.
So it doesn't sound fancy. It doesn't even sound very cool, right? And it's the number 3 app in utility. And only thing it does, well, it cleans up your phone, like the name says, by just like giving you the option to delete duplicates or have a Tinder swiping left, right, left, right. You like it, you don't want it.
Yeah,
maybe you can even hide the image.
Gamification. Fuck yeah, that's nice.
Which is really nice. But Mark, guess how much they're making?
Well,
just last month.
Yeah, you said it's number 3 on utilities, so it must be in the millions. I don't know, 2 million?
Bro, they're making more than 4 million last month alone.
Damn, boy.
And the only thing they do is like, all right, you can clean up your emails, right?
Oh, you can do emails as well.
Yes, exactly. Nice. Set access and then you can like all the promotion, but it's the same as you go in Gmail, go on to the promoted tab and then just click all and delete, and that's what it does, right?
But it does it all in one app, right? So you can do swiping like the Tinder. I still fucking think this is genius, the swiping like Tinder, man, because it gives you the endorphin rush, like left, right, and you're also being like, I don't know, I don't know about you guys, but I don't know, sometimes I'm like an organization Nazi, you know what I mean? You just like want to have it organized, and then it just gives you the. Have you ever seen those videos that are like, what is it called? Organization porn. Basically, everything fits perfectly. This is what I feel like this app would feel like. You like swiping left, right. I was like, yes, I like this. I don't. Duplicates, delete. Fuck yeah, man.
Especially it gives you like that feel of accomplishing something, right? It's like a checklist. Oh, I did something. It's like Duolingo, right? You did one session and you did your job for the day. Well, anyways, this app makes 4 million. And then we have on the other hand, we have Cleaner Guru, cleaning app. Same thing.
Different brand.
Different company. They're making 3 million as well. So, and just think about it. It's very genius because first of all, who thinks about like, man, my phone is running out of storage, fine. But people normally, I don't know, I would have bought like a bigger storage on photos, which costs you, actually, we looked it up. So let's talk about pricing, right? So if you want to buy 2 terabytes on Google Cloud, it's $10, okay? 2 terabytes. Per month, exactly. 5 terabytes, 25 a month, okay?
Yeah.
Now, the Cleaner app costs between $5 and $6 per week. So think about it. People are and then once you subscribe, normally people forget about it, and then they just like get charged and charged and charged. And by the end of the month, like 4 times 6, well, we're at what? Public math, $24 that you're just paying for an app that you probably use a few times, and it's not 5 terabytes that you get on Google, which is genius. I think it's like very, very interesting, but at the same time, go ahead, Mark.
I agree with you. I think like, yes, on the one hand, it's a little bit stupid. Think about it because you have more storage. But on the other hand, it's about the organization, right? It's like, even if you have it cheaper, you'd still want to have it organized because eventually, because we always think, right? This is why you still have all these pictures on your phone. You think, maybe in the future I'll think about it back, and I go back and I have these images, and that's why I still have them.
For sure. Especially if you think about it, most of the time, we only look at the pictures where we actually are in, or maybe our family. The rest, we always forget about it. And then it's just like, we never look at it. It's just empty space that you're never going to use, which is like, it's nice. So like it gives you the thing, okay, I have it compressed. I don't need to look at anything else, which is nice.
It feels like this is the memory. This is evidence that I was there. You know what I mean? Kind of have to prove that you were there.
By the way, Mark,
we're talking about sleeping giants, right? So we already talked one category. What are the rest? What are the other ones?
All right. So next round, we're going into the scan guru versus, well, they have another scanning? No. Or like, for example, Chat and Ask AI by Codeways. So that's one of the companies.
Okay.
Or you talk with the AI chatbot Ask Assistant Guru.
And what do they do?
Basically, they're just a skin for ChatGPT. And then you pay $100. Yeah. Oh, sorry. They make 100K. That one. And the other one makes over $1 million a month.
Wild.
Yeah. I mean, okay, you also have to think about it that way. You probably have a subscription which is way less than ChatGPT. And then, because you normally don't use that many tokens, right? People don't use ChatGPT 4 not as much. And as a company provider, if you have the API key, tokens are relatively cheap. That way, you can just do the math and say, hey, okay, monthly you
That's
pay.
crazy that there's an arbitrage opportunity like that. Like, yeah, I never thought about this, but it makes sense.
Yeah, and then of course you can put it in folders, etc. So it's like it's basically the same as ChatGPT because they're using it, but you still get it cheaper off because like you're paying for tokens, and they did the math. The average user uses, I don't know, let's say 20 million tokens, and 20 million.
They have unlimited, or what is the plan?
I'm not well. Premium 1 week. I'm assuming. So you also can just do it for a week, right? So like $5.99.
I think this is something we should talk about, the weekly thing, Lucas.
Yeah. So what we've seen lately, which I think is quite interesting and intriguing, is that we see more and more weekly plans. So you can see, all right, just weekly, because it's under $10. It tends to be like 4 or 5. Then, I mean, you're like, okay, it's easier to buy it, which just makes it very easy and compelling. And then you just forget about it, right? If you don't use it, and it just sums up to charging bills, which also, from the developer point of view, which is also a little, I don't want to say sketchy, but the thing is, the risk is there, or the good part for developers is the chargebacks, right? Because they're already in different cycles, so they might not be as charged. You can't get the chargebacks anymore.
I don't know how that works with the Apple on Play Store. It's interesting to find out how the chargebacks work. Because at the end of the day, because you do it everything, you identify with your Face ID multiple times, right? Or whatever it is, fingerprint.
Yeah.
So I think that might be very strict on that. I know that Apple in general is strict, but I'm not sure which side they're on.
I'm still looking at the Chat Ask AI by Codeways, and it even says uses ChatGPT-4 and ChatGPT-4o.
No, that's why. But this is crazy to me, like that they're doing this, and they're like, "Hey, I mean, it makes sense. It's just like, okay, you can break it down. You can put a middleman in between. It's just the math."
But also,
I mean,
you can, you have then like a lifetime could be like $40 or $70. So some pay $70 and then have, if you can think about it, ChatGPT Premium costs $20, and then if you have lifetime on the other one, it costs you $70. So basically, they're calculating.
I wouldn't offer that as a company, though, to be honest.
Well, if it's a normal user, it tends to be fine. If it's just a mobile app, because how many like mobile app wise, right? How often do you use it? Whereas on computer, you actually have workload, so you put like a lot of shit in there. So I think it's first of all, uploading PDFs from a mobile is just not convenient, right? So most of the use cases
to be honest, I don't know, in Latin America, I think they do it a lot. I think we're just not used to it. I think we just not, our workflows are not designed for this. How we work, at least. We're very computer focused. But all right, Lucas, let's come back to the point. So these are massive giants. They have also other games. Like how many? Let's say, what was the called?
So we have GM on one side. So Universe, they call Universe app. They have 11 apps in total. And then on the other side, we have the good old, what are they called? Codeway. And they have, I think, 13 apps, something like this.
Damn, that's impressive. And how much is the total revenue?
Sorry, 24. Ooh. So based on Sensor Tower, by the way, guys, Sensor Tower is an awesome website, so you can just check roughly how much revenue they make. Of course, it's just an estimation, but it gives you it's a good guess. Of course, not going to be 100% accurate. But last month alone, Codeway made 8 million, which, if you think about it, that's in a year 96 million. That gives you the valuation of 800 million to almost $1 billion, which is insane for like tools mostly, which you never really thought about. And the other one makes 5 million. That's 60 million a year. Also $500 million valuation. Not bad. But for me, the most impressive part is how old these apps already are. Like, for example, the Cleaner app came out in 2018. So if you think about it, they have been around for a long time. And as the founders, but they probably haven't been taking so much cash out because they're cash cows, right? These are not funded companies. I don't think they raised any money. They're just bootstrapped. I mean, let me just double check because I couldn't find it on Universe, just on Codeway. And yeah, which because like Codeway is based in Istanbul, whereas Universe is based in Kiev, Ukraine.
Oh, Ukrainian. Oh, nice.
Codeway raised in total 16 million. But
still, man, they make so much money.
And that was in 2020. Now they're making 80 million. So yeah, I think that's
fucking crazy to me.
I mean, this is probably already 10x return on investment. A 60 million investment, that's probably valuation at, I don't know, let's put it 80, 100 million. Yeah, crazy. All right, guys. Just for all those people right now, especially who are all into YC and all that stuff, and they see all these applications or AI applications, like, man, I have to build something with AI. It has to solve a new upcoming need. But that's why we brought these two examples, because you can also make apps with something which is not sexy, right? Cleaning up your phone is not sexy, but man, it brings in good money.
And I also want to point out this point, like these are things, all these apps, they don't have really like moats. So you can, if you have a better channel, like distribution channel, especially nowadays, I think if you manage to have it either, like as we talked about, always a co-founder that is basically distribution. So either you have that, or you are very, very good at marketing, especially TikTok and all these nowadays. Then you can fucking make these apps work. You just clone the shit out of one, make it look a little bit, I don't know, specific niche, and then fucking there you go. I think these are valuable businesses, man.
At the same time, I'm thinking like, well, they might not have direct modes, because like who gives a fuck which app you're using from the name, to be honest, because you don't have a brand with it. But once you have it already installed, you're not going to download a second cleaner app. You already have one, right? So you're like,
unless you're annoyed, you're like, it's expensive for me.
Yeah, and then you see the other one, and it's probably the same. So, I mean, if you look at the screenshots on both app stores, they're basically identical. They offer the same one. They're just like charging animations, email cleanup, duplicates of images, etc.
I like it. I like this. Good find, Lucas. Good find.
In general, for me, it's just mind blowing that because we're living so in an AI bubble, to see other business that thrive and especially are cash cows, because these things, like, think about it, just the Guru makes in a year 36 million. Just
okay, Lucas, I wanted to say, why are these cash cows? Look, because the thing is about these kind of apps, they're not using a lot of API, etc. These are local apps, right? They're locally run. So that means once they're installed, you're not fucking doing anything. Maintenance might be low. I'm not sure if they're adding new features. They have to make sure that they're going to be compliant with if there's a new iOS coming or new Android system, but that's about it. That's fucking awesome.
I mean, not completely right, because at the same time, they also allow compression. So they allow videos to compress. So they probably do the uploading and then compress the files. If you're not,
I don't know. I don't think so. You can compress these locally.
So might be the case. I'm not 100% sure, but this might be a thing. But in the end, they have a high margins. And yeah, I think the biggest cost is definitely marketing. So guys, if you want to build something, bro, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can just go into something boring and build new apps. Especially now that we're seeing more and more mobile apps, I believe we might be back in a renaissance of mobile apps. At the same time, because Mark and I will, for a long period of time, the opinion that what I call it, Mark, desktop apps? No.
Well, web apps. So the thing is, I still think that web apps are fucking amazing. Especially like, look at it. Like nowadays, you can have apps that, for example, if you code with Flutterflow, you can have them there on the mobile app, as well as the same fucking code, as well as the website. I still believe in that. I want to say this.
100% agree. They're awesome, but at the same time, I believe now with the, for example, reinvention of, well, it's not reinvention, but weekly subscriptions, as well as with the free trial, it makes it easier for people to buy premium, and then they stick on it, so you can spend more money on actually acquiring users, right? Because the biggest problem on, for example, desktop apps, so web apps, is that
people have to open the browser and you can't push notifications. So if you can't push notifications, you can't get the user back into it and then hopefully creating a habit. While it's in a mobile app, you can have push notifications. Of course, they first have to allow it, but then it's so much easier to keep them re-engaged and as well increase the lifetime value of the users. So that's why I'm seeing what I believe we're seeing right now, renaissance of mobile apps. But yeah.
I think that's the word of the day. Renaissance of mobile apps. Two giants battling it out for $1 billion valuation. So I think that's it, Lucas. That's it, folks.
All right, everybody. If you like the pod, please subscribe and, of course, leave us a comment. And probably next week, more AI stuff. So stay tuned and catch you next one. Peace.
Peace.